Hey guys and gals, Ron Ipach here. Thank you very much for joining me on video number 2 in this very special mini-series that I'm doing about money. Now, if you watched video number 1, you heard me talk all about why your personal bank account is the most important account you should be looking at. So if you haven't watched that video, please go back and watch that video. It's very important. On that video, I also talked about why your business bank account is probably the worst account to be looking at. And today, I want to tell you why. That money is not yours. That's right, that money is not yours. The money that's in an account represents the sales you had for the month. But out of those sales, you have to pay all of your expenses. You have to pay for your parts. You have to pay for your shop. You have to pay for turning the lights on. You have to pay your employees, and you have to pay yourself for the work that you're doing in the shop. You have all those expenses every single month. So if you just look at the top line number, you think you had a great month, but the reality is it's not yours. You're paying it all out to somebody else. And if you're like the average shop owner that's out there, you're only keeping about 5% of those sales as profits. But look, I get it. This year you probably did well, okay? A lot of shop owners had higher sales this year than they did previous years. So let's just say your sales went up $100,000 this year. Fantastic, right? Well, not so fast. $100,000 sounds great. Remember, that's just sales. Now, what I said before is the average auto repair shop keeps about 5% of that as net profit. Now, look, I don't know your shop, so I'm just going to use the industry average of 5% for this example, okay? So out of that $100,000, 5% represents only $5,000 in profit. 100,000, big number. That's your business account. 5,000, that's actually what winds up in your personal account. You see where I'm going here. But that's also considering that you watched your expenses like a hawk and you raised your prices accordingly. Because as we know, over this past year, our expenses have gone way up. Our employees are more expensive. Heating the shop is more expensive. The parts are more expensive. All of our costs have gone up considerably. And I hope you took that in consideration with your pricing. But let's just say maybe you missed a few expenses here or there, or maybe a few bills came in a lot higher than you expected. That's going to eat away at your profits. So let's say that amounts to maybe an additional 2 or 3% additional expenses that you didn't account for. Well, guess what? That just took your net profit down considerably. Instead of a 5%, maybe you're only at a 2% net profit. So out of that additional $100,000 in sales, you only get to take home $2,000. That's not too fun, is it? Now look, I understand your situation may be different. As I said, I don't know your shop, okay? But I hope you get my point. So as we go forward into this new year, I want you to start paying attention to those bottom line numbers. And let's see what we can do to manipulate the bottom line so we can put more of those profits into our personal bank account. And also, I don't really want to go here, but I think it's important that I talk a little bit about this, or at least kind of bring this to your attention. But I don't have to tell you, but the auto repair industry has been on a tear lately, okay? I shouldn't even say lately. Probably for the last 10, 12 years, times have been very, very good for the auto repair shops. We've had a few dips, but as a whole, the auto repair industry has been a very, very solid business. Now, my crystal ball is really fuzzy, so I can't predict the future. But what I do know is what goes up must come down. We've been up for a very, very long time, and eventually, and I don't know when this is going to be, but look, I don't think I'm going out on a limb saying that the times aren't going to be as good going into the future as they have been over the past dozen years. So we have to be paying attention to that. But right now, things are great for your auto repair business. Let's start making hay while the sun is shining, and it's shining very, very brightly right now. And if you start paying attention to your numbers and start boosting those profits, you're going to be just fine moving into the next phase of this economy that we're going to be getting into. So I hope you got a lot out of today's video. Now, coming up on future videos, I'm going to be talking about how to build more wealth with your auto repair business. I'm also going to be talking about where you should be investing a good chunk of the money that you're making right now, and a whole lot more. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.